There's no I in team, nor in star status. America's fan club, yeah, we one of the baddest. We rep the star with pride, it's blue and silvery bleed. Nationwide blueprint, no following cause we lead. You gotta know who you reppin', act accordingly. Be that part of our change for all communities. We uplift and inspire, this ain't the club to be petty. Building strong foundation so all our leaders are ready. There's strength in numbers, so play your part with pride. We going forward, not backwards. Star status for life, for life, for life. Star status for life. We going forward, not backwards. Star status for life. You gotta know the part. You gotta, hey, act the part. You gotta be the part. Respect the star and each other at all time. That's law. You gotta know the part. Hey, act the part. You gotta be the part. Respect the star and each other at all time. That's law. We building bridges, not burning them. Call it Cowboy Connection. Salute to Cowboy Kill for birth that his God-given vision. We setting the bar. There's no exception to that rule. We proud of the stars, kings and queens draped in blue. Sisterhood finest, brotherhood at its best. A positive organization, and to that I attest. Under star status cares, we give back with love. When I say star status, you yell cowboy up. SSCC, positive, no drama, no act, be the part. That's the club formula. There's strength in numbers, so play your part with pride. We going forward, not backwards. Star status for life. There's strength in numbers, so play your part with pride. We going forward, not backwards. Star status for life, for life, for life. Star status for life. We going forward, not backwards. Star status for life. You gotta know the part. You gotta, hey, act the part. You gotta be the part. Respect the star and each other at all time. That's law. You gotta know the part. Hey, act the part. You gotta be the part. Respect the star and each other at all time. That's law. Cowboy up, cowboy up.
Dang.
There he goes. I see you were back there just like getting it in. You was doing your little know the part, act the part, be the part pose or something back there, man. You getting it in over there, Bob. What's good?
I was trying to get with Michael here, but I realized I got a wall right here. I can't go any further.
Oh,
it's literally
okay.
my wall. So I was trying to figure out how to get it in, and I couldn't get it, man. I failed big time. What's going on, dude?
Man, you gotta improvise. You know what I mean? I feel you over there. Creative Problems 101. You know what I mean? We're on episode 31 today, baby.
Silly.
3-1.
That's crazy, man. That's really crazy. It's not surprising anymore, but it's crazy, man. It's tough, man. Everybody's out there. Yeah, no problem. BG and Cannabis Cowboy, they get it done and all that shit. You know how hard it is to do this every week and come up with something. My gosh. I feel like we can only talk about so many things, but then we come up with so many things to talk about. So,
I mean, that's what creators do. You know what I mean? As
Yeah.
long as we're bouncing ideas off each other and communicating, like, you know, when I text you, hey, man, what you got? You say, hey, what I got? We just put it together and then bam, we're going to talk about the number 88 today. So I know that number is familiar with a lot of Cowboys. It's very familiar with me. I know it's familiar with me. But on Square Groupers episode 31 today, we're going to talk about 88 in detail. Literally, you know what I mean? But let's do some shout outs and welcomes to those 10 of those riding with us today, because we got some loyal, faithful viewers that's been sticking with us through these 31 episodes. Wouldn't you agree, Bob?
always. It's ridiculous, man. It's humbling.
And I timed this, and this is what I'm going to start doing. The first comment that came in was at 30 seconds, and that's Juan Mata. What up, baby? He clocked in at 30 seconds and had the first comment. So salute, man. That's the man with the brand down there, baby.
What is Juan Mata?
And, you know, you got the prototype online. If y'all don't know who Star Status Sarah is, so when you come online, Sarah, you got to say Star Status Online. You know, Star Status Sarah Online. So everybody can know you the prototype. We appreciate you tuning in. You know she built different because she got the tattoo and everything.
All kinds of different. Just different from different.
Here we go, Bob.
Nice.
Never fail.
Much love. F you, baby. Facebook user. Love you guys. Love you guys for coming out always.
We just wouldn't have 31 episodes without Facebook users showing up. So thank you. Please be sure to go over there and register so we can put a name with a face. But thank you for keeping it consistent with us here on a 360-degree streaming view of cannabis, because we're going to tie a few things together today when it comes to the number 88. So if you've been paying attention in the industry in the cannabis news, you know very well. But if you've been paying attention on the Built Different group page here, shout out YouTube. We see everybody y'all riding over there. You know, we're live on YouTube today. We're live on the Built Different group page, and we're live in OAT, you know, that watertight integrity group where we don't let the bullshit get in. You feel me?
OAT, bringing it back. Bringing it back.
Yeah, you know, I wanted to talk about 88, man, because y'all know I've been telling y'all this whole time, right? Y'all know who my favorite player is, and I know who your favorite player is. And it just so happens, you're an 88 like I'm an 88.
Indeed.
And so that's kind of why we're here talking 88s today. You know what I mean? We want to give the Cowboy fans out there some love. Now, we know we like to talk about cannabis here. We like to talk about the sticky green. You know what I mean? We're going to talk about that a little bit here. What you working with over there today, Bob? Because I seen you. That's why you was probably doing all them dances over there. What you got going on over there, baby?
I am chilling out, right? You know, I've gotten a lot of samples lately. My brother threw me a bunch of samples from his dispensary. So I've been trying a lot of that stuff out. Shout out to Diego Pellicer. But I'm actually smoking on some really, really good GMO Skittles from Good Chemistry right now. And feeling real good, man. Just got off of a really awesome weekend. By the way, I know you didn't ask, but I'm going to go ahead and start with the story right off the bat. I went to the Black Hawk Casino.
Oh, that's how you going to do me? Okay.
Yeah, well.
No, but you're right. I didn't ask. I should have asked you, right? Go ahead.
I want to get it out of the way.
Black Hawk down. What'd you say? What happened?
It's some shit that just never happens to me, man. I'm half Irish and half Italian, almost exactly, and I never really get the luck of the Irish. So anyway, we go to this place, and I get $20, and I'm looking around at some of the slots, penny slots, man. I'm not sitting at tables, and I see one slot in the middle of a bunch of other ones that no one's sitting at. And it says Lucky 88. So I got to sit down at that, man. I put this $20 bill in there and I played one play, which I think was $1. Boom, $160. Cash out, walked away. That never happens to me. Cool. We're walking around looking at other slots, and my brother's throwing money in here. My wife's putting money in some of these things. We're having fun. And I go back to the same machine because I'm like, I just feel like I'm just feeling something.
Got that itch, huh? You got that itch, baby.
I went back in there and slid the voucher that was the rest of the $20 of my bill. It was about $14 left, or $16 or something like that. And played another play, and then it gave me 75 free plays after that. And I just sat back while I won like another $160 off of that one play. Boom. And that's it. I was worried the whole entire time. We were there for my wife's birthday party. It was expensive. That dinner was expensive. And I felt real good at the end of that because I was like, you know what? Let's go have what we need to have and have some dinner. The luck of the 88, man. It's always there with me, man. It's something I've got to take advantage of. I don't even know if I was even a football fan as a kid, if 88 would not have been my favorite number. I just feel like it's something that's always been a part of me. So
yeah, man. That's tight, lucky. Bro. That's tight, lucky. Man. No, you know what luck is. We talked about that, right? Luck is simply just opportunity and preparation when they align together. That's called
Indeed.
luck.
Indeed.
So you've been riding that 88 wave, baby. You know what I mean? Like we ride this 88 wave into the Hall of Fame game. You know what I mean? And then boom, 88 popped up on your radar, and you was like, and it was talking to you. It said, "Come get me. Come score. Come touchdown." You feel what I'm saying?
It was beautiful. It was beautiful, man. It was meant to be, man. I'm telling you right now. Not to say that I didn't put money in a couple of other games. They have a Shark Week one that was just awesome. I just had to play it because they had sharks all over the place. I'm a big shark fanatic. I played a couple of those things, but it was just something I knew that I just felt like I had to go back to that Lucky 88. And I don't even know that I saw another Lucky 88 slot in the entire casino area that we were at. I kept looking for other ones thinking I might get lucky again, but it was just that one. It was good stuff, man. Good stuff. Wow. Thanks for letting me share that, man. It turned into a good dinner, man. It was a wonderful, expensive ass dinner at the Chop House at Black Hawk Casino out here in Denver. It was nice.
And that was a good night. Anytime it's dinner on the house, baby, you winning. You know what I mean? Winner. I don't know if you had a chicken dinner. It sounded like you may have had a steak dinner.
I did. I had a prime winter prime rib dinner. Or no, that was actually not that filet. I had a filet.
That's what's up, man. Well, I appreciate you sharing that story. That was pretty good. We appreciate everybody riding with us here today. And we're talking all things 88. As you guys know, Irvin, that guy from the U over there. How do y'all do that? How do y'all do that thing? The U? There you go. From the U, I'm gonna tell you, I wore some Miami Hurricane shit in the early '90s because of Michael Irvin. Well, yeah, too live. But well, it's because of it was because of Miami. They had Irvin and all the guys that played there. You know what I mean? That since gone to the NFL. So I mean, it made its way all the way out there. It was a trendy thing to do at the time. It's funny I say that because we just had a discussion here on a post on our page, and we'll talk a little bit about Cowboy fans here. It doesn't really apply to 88, but I asked the question. We're on 2257 day today. Are you familiar with what that is, Bob?
I feel like we're talking about like countdown to what the HOF game and then the start of the season. Is that what we're going with?
Man, look, you already dialed in, baby. I know I am preaching to the choir when I talk to everybody here.
We're getting close to that.
It's 2257 day today, and a lot of folks fail to forget that Emmitt Smith went to the Arizona Cardinals. So my question is to everybody right here on the show today, before we get to the main topic of 88, let's talk about another number that doubled up, the GOAT 22. If you're a Cowboys fan, would you wear an Emmitt Smith Arizona Cardinals jersey?
Look, man. So here's the deal, man. My wife's a hardcore Cowboys fan, but she's lived in Denver for a while. She was here before I got here. She had friends that were diehard Denver fans, and I think one or two of them gifted her like a Denver Broncos jersey or something like that. She never wore it, but she had it, and I didn't even want that in the master bedroom. I took it out. We moved it out. I don't think we got rid of it, or maybe we got rid of it. I don't know. I might have phased it out, but I just can't picture even having another NFL jersey in my house as a Cowboys fan, let alone wearing one. So even if it's Emmitt, I understand what the question is there. No, absolutely not. I think most of us want to wipe that memory out of our mind, even though we know it's a game and it's a game about money. We want to forget that. Right. I think.
I can appreciate that. And what I broke it down into is about 85% of Cowboy fans say, fuck no and hell no. They're never going to wear another team's colors. Yeah. Okay. Then we got that 10% for, like my man Mike Rock up there. He's an SBG. He's a collector of, he's a big time supporter here. And it's funny, we have a conversation now where we kind of have different points of view. We're not being Cowboy Homer fans, right? Collectors, I factored in 10%. So at 95%, collectors 10%, people that get stuff on hand-me-downs, families that played on other teams, things of that nature. And then the 5% of the other folks is the ones I don't get, dog. You know what I mean? Those are the ones that say, I like to matchy-matchy. I buy the Giants jersey because it matchy my Jordans.
No, man.
But I'm a Cowboys fan. And oh, by the way, it's basketball season, so it don't count until football. I had a fan tell me that today. Who wears football jerseys during the off season?
I mean, I wear football jerseys. Well, no, I don't actually. Bullshit. I was going to say that. I don't know. No, I don't think I do. I don't wear them during the off season, man. I don't know. Maybe sometimes it would have to be like, well, I'm doing it right now. But it would have to be something completely different. Like, if I know I'm going to somebody's house that maybe like an Eagles fan, I might wear it just to be that. But that's another good question, actually, man.
No, dog. See, the way I'm built, bro, you know what I mean? Like, I shared my opinion. Like, I just thought it was rule. Nobody told me that. Like, I just thought, you don't wear nobody but your colors. And I liken it to this scenario here. I served 23 years in the military. Shout out my veterans here. As you see, I got my veteran gang green on. You know what I mean? Shout out all the vets out there, ladies and gentlemen. Riding for the country, answering the call of freedom. But I served in the Navy 23 years, man, but I'm not finna go to the store and buy no Air Force shit, or buy no Marine Corps shit, or buy no Army shit, and go wear it. Like, what part of the game is that?
Or buy a jersey for the Iraqi football team. You're probably not going to do that either. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, you know what I mean? It's hard. It's hard for you to, if you can say that you represent one thing amongst 31 other things. I think it's hard for anyone, and that's just if someone's trying to judge you. I think it's hard for that person to judge you and say you are definitely of this cut from this cloth if you're wearing two different, and I'm not even going to say colors, just two different jerseys, two different teams. That's tough for me, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's interesting. You know what I mean? It's a big discussion, and I'm happy to get it going. It was a fluke here on BDG page. It was behind a Kobe Bryant meme that he had that 22 while we're talking about 2257, right? Kobe, y'all remember the meme. Well, it ain't even a meme. It's just a photo of Kobe on the phone with his Emmitt jersey on, right? So I just basically told all of the Sheagle fans that if you claim Kobe, which we know Kobe's a well-documented Eagles fan. I'm not trying to argue that the guy is a Cowboys fan, goofy. What I'm trying to tell you is, if you're an Eagles fan and you claim Kobe wearing an Emmett jersey, you fraud. Because I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying, a well-known documented fan. That's like, I have no respect for Snoop Dogg, who wears every jersey under the kaleidoscope.
Right.
And, yeah, especially the Squealers. We're going to come see y'all. I hope everybody go out. I hope Snoop Dogg out there with his Squealers gear on. Them boys, we coming, man. I'm starting to get my blood pressure up here a little bit. But I get it. You know, I had the question here on 2257 Day. Everybody knows Emmett went to the Cardinals. It's always once a Cowboy, always a Cowboy. And I respect that. But you ain't fit to find me wearing no Emmett Smith Arizona Cardinals jersey, dog. I might hang it on the wall as a gift. But I don't do the matchy. So Cowboy fans out there buying Giants, Eagles, and the what the fuck team colors, I don't understand that part. As we segue back to the 88, baby. You feel what I'm saying?
I need to know if these folks are hanging out with other Cowboys fans while they're explaining what you just explained to me. Like, if I find it hard to believe that, let's say I was hanging around a bunch of hitters, all right, and they know me, Cannabis Cowboy. Of course he's a Cowboys fan. And I walk in with, you know, whatever, a Giants jersey, and the needle just right off the turntable, and everyone looks at me. You think they're going to be like, "Hey, what's up? It's cool." Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. That's tough to say, man. It doesn't. I don't feel like it works like that, man. You know,
I can't even buy a gift for somebody else in my family of another team. I'm not finna buy you your team shit.
That's hard. Yeah, that's because that's the same thing as giving money, right?
But it's just me. I don't touch other people's fucking colors. You know what I mean? Like, that's your shit. Like, shout out UK Cowboy fans riding with us here today on Square Groupers. Where all our sharings at? Y'all get it in out there. We're getting ready to get to 88, baby. And it's not the 88 you think we might be talking about here. You know what I mean? But shout out to UK Cowboy fans. They always riding with us. You know what I mean? He said there's a military metaphor. But, you know, shout out to everybody riding with us. We see your street team, Amy. Brian, baby, what's up, man? We ain't forgetting about you. But Mike Rock chimed in. He says, I think percentage is higher, but they're hiding in the closet above the topic. I will never wear Eagles ever. And that's what I asked those folks that says, oh, not the matchy kind, because we know they're not even Android or iOS. I think they're like Motorola Razr phones or some shit. They ain't got no updates whatsoever. You know what I mean? But for the collectors and those folks, yeah, we get it. But man, I mean, for people that say gift, I say, well, let me buy you a Jalen Hurts jersey and send it to you. Would you take it? And I still ain't got nobody that said, yeah. You know what I mean?
Listen. I think you could, and you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. A lot of other people understand what I'm talking about. I can't even wear a different color or another jersey other than a Dallas Cowboy jersey in the yard in Madden 21. Like, I can't even put on something cool and green as my uniform in that game, simply because it's just something I can't possibly even do. I thought about it on 10 different. I want to wear a cool uniform. No, it's got to be a Cowboys jersey, and then whatever, maybe another sort of that color scheme. But even playing Madden, the yard, I have to be wearing a Cowboys jersey. So I don't know.
But, you know, and I'll share this story here, which I'll share this with you before, but you see this green hat. A lot of folks say, well, BG, you got all that green on up there. You know, you look like you're trying to be an Eagles fan. Like, are you a closet Eagles fan? You always talk about the Eagles. You always post memes about the Eagles. No, it's just one particular 88. Ate y'all's ass up at a draft, and y'all ain't been right since. Y'all been eating shit in the street since you won a championship. You know what I mean? All the fix-it feces over there. You know what I mean? Y'all know what I'm talking about. But, you know, I bought this cap from a couple of Eagles fans on Instagram, believe it or not.
That's pretty interesting. I think I remember that.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared to spend my money with other smart NFL fans, as we've always talked about that here, especially on our show. You know, we're open to all of the other 31s. We're not homers. You know what I mean? There's just certain rules we abide by, but when it comes to business, you know what I mean? Like, this is the only color I found anywhere on the internet, Greg. I had to. And to date, I think I've seen 5 people on Facebook that may have had, you know, that I've seen with it. I think West Coast got one of them. He posted probably in the last few months. I say, man, he was actually in the plant room, dog, with a bunch of plants with his green hat. I said, man, I know that green hat. Where you get that from? But yeah, I can't, you know, let's get to 88, because all these things talking about jersey, green, you know what I mean? The 88. In case you didn't know, did you know, Bob, that, you know, our 88 Drew Pearson, who's going into the Hall of Fame, is originally from New Jersey?
You know what, my friend? I don't think I did. Again, I'm not really a college fan, so I don't think I would have gone back to even say, hey, this is the college he went to. Why did he go there if he lived in Jersey? Or maybe he did go to college in Jersey. I don't know. But no, I did not know that.
Yeah, I mean, he was a two-player sport. You know what I mean? He played two sports, and that's why he wound up in Tulsa. You know what I mean? That's kind of why I've kept my 405 area code there. It's kind of tied to the city as I did a tour there with the Navy. Not too far from Tulsa. I had a bunch of buddies that worked up there in Tulsa. So I heard some stories up there too as well. But yeah, and you know, he's originally from, let's see here, South River, New Jersey is where the original 88 was born at. You know what I mean?
Nice.
You know, in New Jersey, they got the NFL headquarters not too far around over there, right? Is it somewhere in New Jersey?
I think it is.
Yeah. So Eagles fans can continue to eat shit because he's owned you since the draft. And then you tried to come out there the next year and y'all tried to do some old matchy copy shit, and that didn't work. You know what I mean? Get creative and y'all get y'all's own shit. Y'all not finna do nothing in the division this year. Just like Drew's told you, and just like that man behind you. That's the reason why I hate the Eagles so much. It's because of that man behind you on what they did to me, Bob. You want to share? You want to share that story? You know what I mean? People that may not know, the people that throw fucking snowballs at Santa Claus, what they did to Michael Irvin. You know what I mean?
All right, so I'm glad you bring that up, and I'm guessing either you also not only knew those stories, but did you watch that Dark Side that I told you to watch? Or I told a bunch of people.
I have not, but I need to. Thank you, because I'm due to watch some Netflix. So what's it called again? Okay,
so this TV show on Vice, they started off with a wrestling show called Dark Side of the Ring, and they spun something off this year called Dark Side of Football. And this particular episode is called Fanatics, with the word F-A-N capitalized. So it's fan addicts, fanatics. And it is all about the Dallas Cowboys-Philadelphia Eagle rivalry. And it goes through the savagery and the nastiness of the Dallas Cowboy-Philadelphia Eagle rivalry that eventually boiled over when when Michael Irvin got hit going over the middle, as he made a career of going over the middle. Got hit, went down, and was paralyzed for a while. And the entire Philadelphia Eagles stadium was cheering and just absolutely going off and having just a great time about it. And then as soon as the ambulance actually showed up, because they didn't have a stretcher, they pulled him out on an ambulance. When the ambulance showed up, they booed the ambulance and booed him on the way out too. And it's interesting because you want to say that everyone's got, like, deep down, everyone has this humanity about them. But there is just something about the Eagles fans, and I'm not saying all of them, man, but there's just something about the Eagles fan, especially in that occasion, that made me think, these guys are the worst. We hate the Redskins, we hate the Giants, but there's something about the Eagles that brings out a little bit more hatred. And yeah, there's the snowball where they were absolutely pelting a snowball. A kid in a Santa outfit was being pelted by snowballs, and they didn't even know he was an Eagles fan. So they were beating the hell out of this guy with snowballs during a game, and it was actually an Eagles fan. They were. I mean,
would you expect a fan base that eats shit to have class?
That was an interesting, very interesting video. No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
I know you don't. This is a rhetorical question here for everybody.
There's another story too about a father and a son. The father was I believe, an Eagles fan. The son was a Cowboys fan, and the Cowboys had lost, and the kid went out and got into an altercation that ended up in someone dying in Philadelphia. That's also part of that episode. So y'all check that out. It's very interesting, man. And it sucks that kind of shit boils over into somebody dying, because all we do is feed our team with our money and our adoration and buy all of their gear. And for us to die over that, having absolutely no attachment to the organization, that's pretty sad, man. That's horrible to think about, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, Eagles fans, y'all do pretty good business, but y'all need to step y'all's class game up. You know what I mean? Y'all really dragging the NFC East division down. You know what I mean? And this old Washington F team, you know what I mean? That's a whole nother subject. But anyway, getting back to 88 in Jersey, thank you for sharing your 88 side of the story. And I got an 88 side of the story, and it actually has to do with cannabis here, as we like to talk about a 360-degree streaming view of cannabis. So we always like to tell you guys who we follow who we get our information from, so that way you guys are abreast it as well. So let's introduce you to another 88 a lot of folks might not know about until today.
Bring it on.
So
88K?
Yeah, 88K. So 88,000. So if you follow marijuanamoment.net like we do here, almost over 2 years, you know what I mean? I get an email 3:30 in the morning every morning to keep me abreast of the industry of what's going on in the cannabis industry. We've talked about New Jersey several times here. You know, they recently passed legislation there. You know what I mean? They finally got all their paperwork there. Now they're talking about releasing folks who gotten locked up to the tune of 88,000. Now the total number is about 360,000. And there's a lot of paperwork they got to go and they got to redo, while at the same time, mind you, they're trying to get their written legislation into law on how to set up the industry. And then, oh, by the way, there's a double whammy behind that. If you've been paying attention to the cannabis industry, the banking side of the house, you know, because everybody deals in cash, right? Y'all remember we talking about Wanda James up on Netflix saying the cannabis industry is the most dangerous to work in because every day you wake up fearing for your life, walking around with that much cash. Well, They're trying to pass this banking law where the haves are going to get it and the have-nots won't before they even get law in place in New Jersey. So we're highlighting New Jersey. So if you're a Cowboy fan that's down with the 420 or knows what's going on out there, we'd love to have you chime in here with us today. But this is the 88 I wanted to share with folks. There's a lot of people getting ready to walk, rightfully so. What's your thoughts, Bob?
Well, it has to be sort of a total thing, and I guess they can't get everybody out at the same time. But just the fact that 88,000 people were released from the prison system is a massive victory. I don't think people understand how much of a business private prisons are, and depending on where these folks were incarcerated, it could be at some private, it could be at a supermax or whatever the case may be. For them to be able to have gotten out simply because they only had cannabis records, I think is what the prerequisite on that is. If it was just cannabis conviction, not attached to anything else, then they were probably released.
No. Yeah, it's anything cannabis and anybody in the works now. I read it, drilled it down a little bit. They're going to unwind all of that. So you got to, man, this is a big, man, they're going to have to skin this rabbit. I don't know how they're going to skin it over their dog. They got to write law at the same time they got to expunge records.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's a massive undertaking. I know the last number I heard, which probably was the beginning of it out here in Colorado, was that Colorado had done it for 15,000 people or something like that. And I'm
Washington
sure
did it to about 10,000.
Yeah, I think maybe at this point it might be more, but if we stop asking about whether they've done more, then they might stop doing more. So I think it's important that we keep an eye on that number and at least hope that those numbers are getting larger. Because that's what we want. We want people that are in there doing 25 years for a pound of weed to be out of prison, man. Their life has already changed massively at this point.
Yeah, it says, see here, the day after Murphy signed the legislation, Attorney General Grewal is a Democrat, directed prosecutors to drop cases for cannabis-related offenses and issued separate guidance for police on how to proceed under the updated laws, because that was the other side of it, was you still have the police force out there arresting them on these laws aggressively.
Yeah.
To the tune of demographics being both black and brown, predominantly.
Sure.
I mean, it's no secret. You know what I mean? It's been going on since the 80s, right? The war on drugs. And so that's why Cory Booker out there in New Jersey is standing up and saying, hey, y'all can't pass that banking law over my dead body until we get everything else right in here. Because when they do that, that's going to lead to this bigger discussion we're going to have here eventually about the equity of businesses and who are the haves and the have-nots in this industry as it fully comes online. So you're going to have to turn on your notifications here. You know what I mean? As Street Team Amy says, progression. But bro, New Jersey, I mean, them folks out there, and I listen to Sirius XM also. And if you follow, Reggie Noble, Redman, right? I know you know him, right?
Yep.
He's got his own show. You know what I mean? I believe it's on Sundays or Monday. I can't remember. I always catch it though. It's called Muddy Waters. And he's a representative out there of Dirty Jers. So he's talking to those folks out there. So if you want to get tuned into that, if you're in the New Jersey area, you're trying to stay abreast of that. I mean, go to SiriusXM.com right now. It's free to download the app. You know what I mean? And check out the Muddy Waters with Reggie Noble over there so you can stay abreast of what's going on. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Funk Dr. Spock tonight.
But that's the 88 that I wanted to get here to today. So we kind of had a little play on words as we get ready to play some training camp. But I think just like you said here before we got on the show, and I said too, we're both excited that in 6 days we got training camp kicking off, baby. I mean, the charter gets out there. You know what I mean?
The massive part of all this is training camp. I don't know. I guess maybe I'm sort of a pessimist in this way, but I just hope that bad things don't happen. The good thing is that we're going to have a microscope on us, the entire team. So hopefully people aren't screwing off. They're taking care of their body during this time so that there are no injuries. But the fact that we were able to draft so many young folks young kids at a defense is giving me a good feeling that if some people happen to go down or if there are injuries, at least we can go to some sort of talent pool to get these positions filled, because depth was a big issue, especially on the offensive line last year.
Dog, the rumor is there's some vets shaking in their boots on ground, literally, that they might not make it out of camp.
I like hearing that, man. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
That's something new for Cowboys right out in Oxnard. They getting ready to see it go as HBO shows up out there with a crew of about 30 folks deep, because Hard Knocks going to be there.
Eyeballs bring pressure, man.
All our Cowboys cousins going to be out there. Shout out West Coast. He was down here with us on the show last week, flipping pallets.
West Coast.
You know what I mean? So he's going to be out there. I was talking to him last night. You know what I mean? Y'all need to go check out that DC United at DallasCowboys.com if you're the West Coast Cowboys out there. You know what I mean? All the West Coast Cowboy fans out here, go check out DC United, get you some access, you know what I mean, some different levels of access there at Oxnard. It's going to be packed, dog. Don't you know it's right up the street from Hollywood? That's why I kind of been waiting on this Hollywood celebrity list, because I know fools like Snoop Dogg about to show up out there with an Ezekiel Elliott jersey on.
Damn him, man. I'll see. We're going to see Post. Post knows how to rep, man. Post spent money on bling, so.
Well, Post is the fan. You know what I mean? Post is good.
Right.
Post is authorized. He's got credentials. But somebody like Snoop showing up in an 80, I'm going to have a problem if he shows up with an 88 jersey.
I feel like more and more he leans more towards his Steelers side, which I believe is his true side, if I'm being honest, man. I mean,
right.
I feel like he wears blue for another specific reason, I think. But
he talked about the Steelers early on in his rap career and why. We know those, certain gangs in LA are behind the Steelers looks or whatnot. No distance, no gangs, no colors, anything out there like that. But I mean, Snoop, dog, really, if you're gonna claim, you don't claim Bloods and Crips, dog, you just claim Crips. No disrespect. No disrespect. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I was in the Navy. I'm not about to buy no Air Force, no Army, and no damn Marine shit. But I still love my brothers and sisters equally.
I think real quick, I want to go ahead and say thank you to the power that is ruling the universe that let two potential issues slip right through our hands and right off into the free agency market when we decided to not only let Aldon Smith take off out of our situation and he winds up getting arrested, we decide to just hit the brakes on even talking about Richard Sherman, and all of a sudden this guy is in jail without bail, as the Fat Boys once said, in a domestic kidnapping or I don't even know.
I'm up here, dog. So I'm tuned in on it, bro. It's crazy. Well, I was live this morning in the gym at 8 something, pumping weights, baby. You know how we do it here. You got to be in the gym if you're going to get some gains. And Sam the Admin, shout out Sam the Admin over OAT. Sam,
ripping lips.
Cassie Cowboy 817, baby. He dialed it right into it, said, hey, Sherman just got locked up, man. But after reading it, it's crazy. There's further investigation that says prior to him getting there, he ran into something on the freeway and they caught it on camera, and they eventually got to him after the phone call that came from the house at 2 a.m. saying that he was there and trying to get into a house that he doesn't live in, which we don't know all the details yet. And that, the cop showed up with the dog there and everything. He's getting belligerent. And he's like, how you going to get a canine like that to hold me?
Damn.
Like, you going to try me like that? And then they finally got him.
That's what happens when you get a sucker wide receiver. Yeah, I don't know. Everyone said something about Crabtree.
I think looking at 30,000 feet, all fun and games, it's not fun. I understand shit. I've had the cops called on me, and I ain't never done that shit in my own house. I understand it could have been him too as well. We know how that goes. We got to wait till the facts all get disseminated, but it don't look good because they're already reporting screenshots that it's a felony investigation taking place right now. And that don't look good for any kind of Richard Sherman's future. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to coaching, playing, what have you. But we got to wait for the facts to fall out. But, man, I'm glad you brought this up. You know who DJ Khaled is, right? I know you know who DJ Khaled is.
Yeah.
You small.
Yeah.
You small, man. I'm glad you brought that up. I wanted to bring that up today. But yeah, it's as the hours have gone by with Sherm. You know what I mean? It's got a little weird. You know what I mean?
They just, hey, look, man, I know we're going to wait until everything unfolds, but I'll tell you right away, if a judge decides right away after an arrest is made that they are denying you the ability to pay to get out of jail somebody who has the amount of money Richard Sherman has, then that's an indicator of the weight of the situation. Maybe not an indicator of guilt, but definitely an indicator of the weight of what's going on. For what reason they would want to keep him in jail as opposed to letting him go, I don't know. Whether they think he poses a danger to somebody, that could be part of all this, but that's just massive speculation on my part, and we hate that shit in OAT, so I'm just going to stop.
Yeah. You know, Mike brings up a good point. Like I said, I've done dumb shit too. Hell, I've had the cops call me in my house, you know what I mean? I had to, you know what I mean? Like, come on. You know, let's get real about the situation here, but it wasn't the case for Sherm. So definitely the Legion of Boom is not looking good. Didn't they lock up Brandon Browner already? ET got a DV situation, and now Sherm. Boy, they really give a new definition to the Legion of Boom. Right, Dan Quinn?
I'm happy that our names are not in the news. And to be quite honest, man, we know they haven't been in quite a while. Other than the things surrounding like Greg Hardy and some of these other things that have happened, we haven't had traditionally a lot of arrests like one might have thought we had, which, by the way, we were never really leading the league in any point in our career. We just had a bigger name, so everyone heard about us more. But it's good to not see our Cowboys sitting in the spotlight, getting Lamborghinis crashed and then running away from the scene.
Or maybe players carrying Uzis in their car.
Holy shit, man. Man, Cocaine Cowboys on Netflix coming soon.
They out there in Kansas City. They the Chiefs and the Indians out there.
It's a chopper.
They with the chopper out there, baby.
It's a chopper.
Hey, it's all fun and games, man. It's entertainment. But I'll tell you, Amy brings up a good point. She says, knock on wood, you damn right. We just had this discussion before we got live, Bob. I said, damn, it feels good. We're not in all the wrong limelights during this. What the fuck is an off season?
We still got some. We still have some time.
Yeah, I know. But this far, and I hate to even say that. You know what I mean? But I think it's got to do with culture. You know what I mean? I think it's got a lot to do. I think it was too relaxed under Jason Garrett. There's too much dissension and division there. After last year, it was a travesty. Of course, with Dak's injury, it's going to be the number one thing talked about on HBO Hard Knocks. We talked about that today on the 9 storylines to watch for when it comes to HBO Hard Knocks. They're going to be all over the guy. So, I mean, it's just really scary how it's starting to shape up, and that's why we're going to take it one day at a time. Like you said, we're going to get the charter out to camp and go from there. And then we got the Hall of Fame game with the first action here. So if you don't know what's going on, scroll up to the events here on the BDG page as we're talking. I know we got off on a tangent here a little bit on 88, as you guys can see. You know what I mean? We're up to 29th supporter. Isn't that Earl Thomas's number 29? So the 29th supporter signs up today. I got this for you. But most importantly, what it does, since we're talking about knocking folks the fuck out today on the DV cases, I got some Debos here that's going to be triggered on the 29th person that signs up. So 29th supporter gets this, and then you'll have a 1 in 29 chance to win this. You know what I mean? As a BDG page supporter. So we got to pay them bills today, baby. How's everything going over there with you, your Patreon, and the growth thing, Bob?
Hey, everything's chilling, man. As soon as we start getting movement on getting this house sold, I'm going to have some soil ready to roll, man. But getting back to the culture thing that we're talking about with the Cowboys, and I love nothing more than being able to talk about this right now. What we got with Jason Garrett was a very massively well-spoken, intelligent, in the media.
Yes, man.
Yes, man, and someone who always said the same shit over and over and over again. And granted, a lot of coaches do this because they're tired of talking to the media. They just give cookie cutter shit and walk out. That's fine. But what I really like, and I don't really know that if I thought I'd ever say this, is that I kind of like McCarthy's lack of personality, because what that does is it leaves really no room for bullshit. You know, with Garrett, you can get, that a baby, and yeah, you're doing good. Yeah, and we get the clapper syndrome and shit. But I think with McCarthy, he's going to be like, "What? I'm not fucking clapping for you if you fuck up." You know, like it just doesn't work that way, I don't think, with him. And I think even more so with Dan Quinn on the defensive coordinator side of the ball. I think bringing some hard-headed, shut up and play football kind of football back into the culture, I think, is a smart thing, man. And I really wanted to sort of see a little animation from him, but then I realized he's not that guy. He's just a bread and butter, shut up, sit down, eat a kielbasa and coach football kind of guy.
He's a practitioner. He's a practitioner, dog. I mean, we didn't see Nick Nolan anywhere on the field last. I mean, it was like he was socially distancing from his job. But if you see Dan Quinn out there now, he's out there pointing and directing, and that's a practitioner. I mean, we know his body of work here as we spoke about the guys being locked up, them guys over there knocking the folks out, the Legion of Boom, you know what I mean? So if they can get the Legion of Doom or anything going down there, the defense down there, all Dan Quinn's got to do is get us off the bottom in the middle of the pack to the top, toward the top tier, top 10, bro. Mm-hmm. With Dak and this offense, man, and they're already talking about Amari Cooper being overtaken by another 88.
Hey, there's always the chance with that happening. He's got a plantar fasciitis issue, and it's never going to go away until he just doesn't do anything for a while, which he obviously never does. But the defensive side of the ball, forget it, man. Micah Parsons is going to be definitely. I think Micah Parsons will lead the team at least in tackles on defense without a fucking question. And I really am excited to see what Keanu Neal can do as sort of like that third down extra linebacker safety kind of hybrid guy, which is going to be pretty amazing to see. The fact that he was coached by our defensive coordinator for a long time, it definitely helps out. So I'm anxious to see what the defense does, man. I mean, we already know the offense should be putting up 30, 40 points a freaking game. I'm
drafting, just like last year, I'm drafting the Dallas defense in fantasy football.
Nice.
So anybody who plays fantasy football, y'all want to smoke, we getting ready to create a Square Groupers League. You know what I mean? I guarantee I'm getting the Dallas Cowboys defense. I stuck with them last year and I lost, but that's loyalty.
Invite me. I'm in. I'm only in 2. I'm in a pay league, and I'm in my league that I've been doing every year. So invite me to Square Grouper 1. Let's do it.
Yeah, we're going to do Square Groupers. Oh, you're going to love the prizes, baby. You're definitely going to have to get involved. I mean, you can only imagine what the prizes are going to be, right?
I'll add to the pot. Pun intended.
Right. But as we're rolling here today on episode 31 of Square Groupers, man, I can't believe, man, 31 episodes, dog. Like, we've been up and down, and, one of us been on, one of us not. We kind of been through it, man, and now you're moving and gravitating towards bigger things. And, man, we getting ready to be – I mean, we've been in the gym every day here, and, like, the season starts, dog, we getting ready. I mean, gang muscles. I mean, we getting ready to flex big time.
I got to say, man, I'm anxious because whatever house we move into, I'm really hoping we have a basement because we already know we're going to cowboy basement, no problem. But it also gives me room to make a nice studio and kind of upgrade everything and have a specific space so I don't have to worry about my wife moving away because she's in the living room or yada yada. There's a lot of stuff happening that I think is going to actually explode once we move. So that's going to be a great thing.
Just make sure you're going to be able to get some internet down there. You know what I mean? You don't need that cable.
Yeah. I'll find a way, man. I'll find a way.
I know. When you said basement, I was like, oh man, I can already imagine Wi-Fi. That shit ain't finna work.
I not only need a Wi-Fi, but I also have to have a window down there to ventilate my cannabis. So there's a lot of things that we're going to have to, make sure that we get taken care of. But that's on the forefront. And once that does happen, like I said, these I think production value is going to go up a little bit more.
I feel you. So if you're just rolling in here with us late as we wind down, man, we've been talking about the New Jersey 88. We ain't talking about no Jets. You know what I mean? We're talking about the original 88. If you didn't know, he's from Jersey, and they just acquitted. You know what I mean? They're about to release 88,000 folks on cannabis convictions to a tune up to 360,000 total as they get this law written in. And there was news that broke today, I guess, per the bill they've been trying to float to get everything deregulated,
Right.
Didn't have the votes yet again. So back to the drawing board, it looks like. But according to Cory Booker out of New Jersey, it sounds like they're trying to pass this banking bill before they can even get law put in place there, which is disproportionately going to put people at a disadvantage when it comes to getting into the cannabis game.
Yeah. They fast track what benefits them. We know this.
Yeah, and so that's how we tied it together here today, man. So I hope you picked up a couple of things or two. I know I have. You know what I mean? Oh, by the way, did you know there was 12? That CeeDee Lamb is actually the 12th guy to wear the number 88.
Yeah, that's crazy. There's a few that I just completely forgot about, man.
You know, one of them had a nickname called Jingle Joints.
Oh, damn. Damn.
I mean, we're on Square Groupers, dog. You know what I mean? I mean, you get the name Jingle John. I mean, you can imagine the guy's big, right? We talk about it at officialamericsteam.com. Go over there, check it out. 88 Legacy Lineage. But dog, when I seen Jingle Joints, I said, oh, bro, I know why he got that name.
Jingling joints. Good God.
But yeah, actually, one of us murdered, and it's been unsolved to date. One of the 88s were murdered, and it's unsolved to date. So y'all get over there and check it out, man, because 88's getting into the Hall of Fame, baby. And it looks like this 88 that we got in CD Lamb, bro, getting ready to be a monster. Like,
yeah,
monster.
I'm also hoping, like you said, that we can find a way to get Corbin on. I can, the more stuff he does, which he's an amazing documentarian. The more shit he does, the harder it's going to be to get him to even come close.
That's why I was like, damn, the Cocaine Cowboys joint you're talking about is getting ready to come out.
Yeah, I'll be down in Florida and Miami at some point, and I'm hoping maybe since my brother's there with me, we might have the opportunity to run into him. And if that is in fact a possibility, then a handshake and a question is definitely going to come up, and hopefully he'll have time to just pop in, man, for 10 minutes. He's the kind of down to earth dude to be able to do that, man, and he reps Miami so hard that I think he'll get on it because he knows we're Miami. I'm Miami.
I'm learning. I'm learning. I follow him on Facebook and all the posts he's posting about Miami, all the crooked shit going on down there, and I'm just like, wow, it's a circus. Like,
you don't play.
Bob grew up, like, I visited and it's like, oh, it looks all great. But like all the shit underneath that going on is like a cesspool.
It's terrible, man. It's terrible. It's the reason why I'm able to see three different directions looking in one, man. That's just the way it is, man. Me and my friends talk about it all the time as adults living in different areas that aren't in Miami, how we're able to assess the scene and have a greater sense of where we are simply because we had to do that as kids growing up in Miami. You had to make sure that you were in a position to get out of a room or a restaurant as fast as possible so some should break out. But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. That Cocaine Cowboys time is definitely nuts. I believe that series is focusing on a couple of specific smugglers. I'm not sure if it's all having to do with Griselda Blanco and her organization, but I saw Carlos Lader, I think, or Willie Falcone, I'm sorry, and a couple of other popular cocaine personalities, if you will, that are involved in that, which is unfortunately
it's going to be some new shit. He's not going to regurgitate nothing, so it's going to be a new twist. So it's going to be fire or whatever it is. If y'all don't know what we're talking about, tell them who Bill Corbin is again, right quick, and what his name of the show is, what it is, baby.
Billy Corbin is a documentarian who has put out a great two-part documentary on the state of cocaine in Miami, Florida, and most specifically the reign of Griselda Blanco, who killed more people in Miami and cocaine than anybody else. But not only that documentary, but another documentary called Square Groupers, where he speaks about the marijuana business in Florida and goes really in depth with the smuggling and stuff like that. And Square Groupers obviously were the gigantic bales of marijuana that were floating in the water that fishermen hoped they stumbled across. What are you going fishing for? Well, hopefully we're going to catch some Square Groupers, but we're going out for redfish. Was always a joke, but
I think we added the S to it, right? It's a Square Grouper, right?
Right. It's just Square Grouper. Yeah.
And we added the S here. We're gonna be a little bit different. You know what I mean? We feel different around here. But Square Groupers,
more than one bale in the water would be Square Groupers. So,
well, like we're in a group called OAT, and we be on the TV and in squares. I mean, you could spin it any old kind of way you want to do it, but man, that would be dope as fuck. We got Bill Corbin up on here. Like, I've already claimed it. Like, once you said that shit, I said, it's just a matter of time. It only makes sense. He's going to come up on here. That's why I said, give it a year, dog. Because I figured within a year, we probably might be able to net him and get him up on the boat.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, I'm going to hit him up again, definitely, because like I said, I hit him up in his in a DM a while back, but he gets probably 50 million a day. So I'll have to try a different route.
Consistency, baby, consistency. So as we wrap it up here, man, we've closed that out. We're talking all things 88. This has been a 360-degree streaming view of cannabis. We know we only talk a little bit about 88,000 arrests that's getting ready to get undone. And we talk more probably about some football here, but it's all things 88. No, by the way, if you didn't know, the original 88 is actually for some, from New Jersey. So you go run Tail Deck, baby. We're going to see y'all on episode 32 of Square Groupers coming in next week, baby. You got any part words before we get out of here, Bob?
Hey, man, keep growing. For all you folks that are out there growing cannabis for yourself in legal states and whatnot, keep rolling with it. Keep perfecting it, man. Keep an eye on my channel, Cultivating with the Cannabis Cowboy, and I'll help you out with anything you need.
That's what's up, baby. Y'all know what it is, man. Sharons, y'all get on your board. We spent a low number of folks hanging out here with us today, but I know come next week, them numbers about to double and triple on them gym memberships. Y'all stay tuned for next week, man, as we get ready to kick off training camp with episode 32. It's your Square Groupers, baby. But get on them Sharons, because y'all know what? We don't care about them Karens. We'll see y'all on the next episode.
I be your digital dealer. Hit me in my DMs. Let me send your pack in the mail. Hope that pack don't tell. Yeah, I'm gonna sell till I go to jail. I be your digital dealer. Yeah, you hit me in my DMs. I will put that pack in the mail. Hope that pack don't tell. Watch me sell till I go to jail. Up in the way. Yeah, I put that pack in the mail. DEA be watching. I be going in and doing my thing. I don't care. You watch me sell. Pack be leaking, yeah, it's talking loud. Talking be loud. What you talking about? Yeah, you really be telling, but I gonna still make this money. Send my cash to that cash app. Leave that trail. Fuck 12.